Hello there. This is where I write. Actually, this is not where I write because where I actually write is mainly in my bedroom. And my bedroom looks like an atomic bomb went off. So we're using the in German, because I live in Germany, Schlafsofa or sleeping couch as a substitute, but it works. Hello, Wattpadders, people of the interweb. My name is Jenny Rosen, and I'm doing This Is Where I Will Write for Wattpad. That's really hard to say. This is really hard to say. This is where I write for Wattpad. There you go. Just weird enunciation. So anyway, this is kind of where I write. I've been a member of the Wattpad community since 2011, and have written a couple novels on there. The two that I've spent the most time on is the RUNAWAYS. That was my first novel on Wattpad, and I really met a lot of great people and found a lot of really cool new readers for the book. And the second book that I'm working on right now, as we speak, literally I was just working on it like at school/work because I'm a teacher and I write in my free time. It was CHEATER.FAKER.TROUBLEMAKER. So let me show you a little bit about my world. Right, so where I write is not super complicated. Like, this is the standard computer. This is a Mac. This is okay. You know what this is. So I spent a lot of time working on this pink old computer. A lot of what happens where I write is right here in iTunes. I love music. My favorite thing to do right now is listen to music and work on chapters, and that's just how it goes. So I make playlists that are massive. This one is 17 hours long. So yeah, this inspires me a lot when I write. My best friend, who's filming right now and laughing at me.
No, I'm watching this broadcast. This little heart-flooded bees like flying.
Heart-flooded bees.
Look.
Hi, heart. I don't know what that means. I don't even know what that means. Anyway.
Continue.
So, I do a lot of...
What is the writing process for you like?
Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, best friend. This is Kristen behind the camera, by the way. She is my editor and also working with me on a very special project I'll talk about later. But anyway, iTunes, really important. I can't write without music. Music and me are like this. I used to work in music. It's a very, very, very important part of the creative process for me. So, iTunes, place number 1 where I write. Place number 2. A little less technologically savvy. Check out this awesome high-tech writer's book. Yes, this is a beat-up notebook meant for first graders. That's right. That's right. I write in giant ruled first grade, with first graders' handwriting, by the way. This is my where I do a lot of my writing as well. When I'm at school and I don't necessarily have access to a computer and I'm on a break, I pop out one of these suckers, open it up, and start writing horribly illegible, broken, unorganized thoughts, parts of chapters. Yeah, it's pretty ugly. Every now and again, I also get the odd drawing from my first graders who will come interrupt me when I write, which is always awesome because it ends in pictures. So, anyway, this is also where I write. Pretty cool space. Yeah. I've gone through a lot of these. These and napkins and pieces of paper. Basically, when you get started writing, as I'm sure you all know, the process doesn't really stop. And it doesn't matter what you happen to have around you. Toilet paper, that works too, whatever. Just, I write on a lot of stuff. So there's that. Place where I write number 3. Hold on. Get ready for the reveal. Boom. My broken German iPhone. This actually broke because I was writing at some point. Wait, let me not put my pen. Sorry, guys. Got to keep some aspects of my life private. Anyway, oh, look at that. Look at that. It's from Wattpad. Thank you, Strawberry107, for that. Yeah, that's right. For the wonderful comment on CHEATER.FAKER.TROUBLEMAKER. Upload, please. I started to read. I haven't stopped for 2 days.
Months?
Years? I don't know. Anyway, a lot of my writing goes on in this little area.
Notes.
Bam. Notes.
Boom shaka.
Boom. Okay, it's going. Hold on, wait for the boom. Wait for it.
Boom.
Boom! There it is. There it is. All right. So, notes. As you can see, look, there's Elias. Bam. Okay. There's a lot of dear nobodies, dear somebodies. My brain sucks. Yeah. Things like that. These are not me talking about myself, by the way. I like to write in both male and female voices. So, yeah, I'm kind of a tomboy, and I'm also, there's parts of me that are girly girl. I don't know what that means, but I like writing both girl and boy perspectives because it's fun. I think it's more interesting, and I do a lot of it on my notepad. So that's one place where I write. I think I have 3 now. That's pretty much all the places where I write. In terms of actual places, this is my house in Germany. I live on the top floor of an old building. Yup. I write here. I write on the bus. I write on the train. I write a lot of different places. I write at school. Basically anywhere where I can have like a couple minutes of quiet. Starbucks. I don't know. The toilet. That works too. A lot of different places. So, yeah. There's also some other cool things. Hold on. Let me get there. That I'm working on as well. Let's see if we can get to. Hold on. Wait. Scrolling. Cool. So, this is not exactly where I write, but this is where I record and film. Basically, I've been working with the camera lady. Here, camera lady.
No.
Camera lady, show yourself.
I'm trying. I don't.
Can you flip it?
Double tap.
Double, I think.
Whoa, man!
Two
Technology!
People. Okay, anyway, yeah.
My name's Kristen Maglando.
That's Kristen.
Friend of Jenny Rosen, author of said 2 books, The Runaways and Cheater, Faker, Troublemaker.
That's right.
Another aspect is being able to add another dimension, I guess, to the books that hopefully you guys really do love and enjoy.
Yep.
That aspect is the audiobook. I don't know if you guys have ever really taken the time to listen to audiobooks, but for the 2 of us, we've tried listening to some of our own favorite authors, and the audiobooks sound like Siri
A little bit.
or some other kind of robotic type of person is reading the story to you. There's no music.
No.
So near say every type of human emotion you can feel from a story is
don't.
rendered null and void.
Useless. Yeah.
But this is something we've been working on, and I'll send it back to her.
Cool. So, double tapping. Sorry, we're not good at this whole camera switching thing.
Well, it's on a phone.
What? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway. So we
This thing.
This thing. Bam! You see it? Is it in focus? If it's not in focus, you'll see a general blurry.
Oops. Double tap.
Sorry. Okay. So this area. This is iMovie. I used to have Final Cut, and then it destroyed itself, so that sucks. But anyway, this is where we do the audiobook chapters. We record GarageBand. Oh, jinx. Anyway.
You owe me a soda.
Yeah, I think it's a Coke.
We'll get that after this is done.
Alright, we'll do that. Anyway, iMovie is where we do all the editing, and then
all the initial recording happens in GarageBand. We then export that into iTunes. We listen for anything that may need cleanup.
Right.
Then that said track is transferred to
here
into iMovie, where we import that track.
There it is.
We obviously, because the funny thing about it is we thought about putting just the track straight up on YouTube, but it has to be a video. So we edited these videos with the backing track being the chapters. Yeah. And then the titles are added.
Exactly. So we do all that good stuff. We edit it. We spend hours recording. It's a fun process. It's definitely really, really interesting to start taking a book and trying to listen to the characters, give characters voices, see where you want to go. It's kind of a lot like shooting a mini film, but with no pictures, which sort of doesn't make sense. But it still is production. It's
there's
a lot
levels of directing, there's levels of performance.
That's right. And we both used to do a lot of that kind of stuff when we lived in LA before we came out to Friedersdorf. That's right. Best friends travel in the world. Represent. All of you should do it. By the way. That's right. So yeah, we spent a lot of time cutting together these projects, and then when it comes to writing, Kristen does a lot of the editing. She's a fantastic editor. Literally, if you saw the chapters before she went through them, you would see like, developmental editing. So a lot of, she'll sometimes be like, what? That idea doesn't make sense. What are you talking about? That, no, don't even do it. Or, okay, that's cool, but we can make it better. So 100% of the editing process comes from her. If you would see like horrible sentences, some hilarious grammatical errors, which is just what happens when you're either A, writing in notes, because it writes random words that it shouldn't, and just, it's just part of the process. But yeah, that's basically the process. Pretty simple.
What is it like experiencing your book audially in comparison to actually sitting down and having to map out and write out each aspect of the book?
Yes. Well, with Cheater, Faker, Troublemaker, listening to having the audio recording is super cool because it really makes it feel like the characters get to come to life. Like when you sit down and you write a character, it's sort of like, all right, Elias is in my head, or I've got Jersey, Alex in my head, and I understand her voice internally. But I don't really get to experience them. I don't really get to emotionally or psychologically react to their circumstances because there's so much that goes into, let's create this world, let's character build, what kind of conflicts do I want, what's happening in the next 3 chapters, what's happening in this chapter, what has to happen, what do I need to change? There's so many technical aspects. It's hard to really sometimes tap into your characters the way that you want to really just genuinely experience them. And when Kristen actually started reading some of the book, I was like, oh, wow, I actually can hear these people actually sound like people and not like weird voices in my head. And no, us writers are not crazy. I mean, I guess we are kind of crazy. Yeah, I think
you need a slight bit of craziness.
I think you need a little bit of crazy to be a creative person, right? Okay, so crazy's cool, essentially. Anyone who says otherwise is legit
crazy.
So, anyway.
Henceforth, everyone in the world is crazy.
Exactly. But anyway, it's really nice being able to hear it. It's really nice being able to have the emotional circumstances interpreted by someone else, because I know how I initially would think about them in my head and how I wrote them. But to hear them is really cool because someone takes something that you've made and puts their own flair to it, and it's an awesome experience. It really is, because you get to see how someone else hears and is experiencing your character, and then it sort of takes on a new life of its own. So that's been really fun. So yeah, Cheater, Faker, Troublemaker, the audiobook is now on YouTube. You bet. Going to be sharing it on my profile and a bunch of places you can read it. It's free. It's just a fun thing that we're doing. Your thoughts are always welcome. We're happy to hear from you. And yeah, it's just been a really cool process. And we hope more of you guys will check out the audiobook. The book itself on Wattpad, I'm finishing it. Basically, I'm hoping within the next month. Maybe. Could be faster. Could be slower. I don't know. It depends on how I'm feeling. It'll be finished, and we'll be moving on to
a preemptive
something. A sequel. Oh yes. There's going to be 2 of them because I'm having too much fun. That's right. I'm having too much fun with Elias and too much fun with Alex to just end it after one book. So lame. So anyway, yeah. That's essentially that process. The Runaways, another book. It's a young adult thriller romance. Definitely a more intense book. Very gritty thriller romance. Very, very heavy topics. That one was very tough to write.
Post-high school, pre-college.
Yeah. Post-high school, pre-college stage. Some really, really, really intense, intricate characters. And there's a sequel, Wanted, that I will be resuming shortly. I'm not going to tell you when because honestly I don't know when, but it'll happen when it happens. But The Runaways was really fantastic for me because it was my first experience on Wattpad, and the following that it was able to build over the 3 years that it's been there has been awesome. There are people from all around the world who've read the book. It was the first book that was able to be featured on Wattpad. And I'm super grateful to everybody at Wattpad for being able to, for taking the time to give the book a chance, for reading the book, for leaving comments and giving me critiques. Because now I'm in the process of actually working to get it published. So that's been a long, long road, and that's what's happening with that book at the time. Right now, it's being edited and working with it and doing the whole ancient song and dance, so that's a good time. But yeah, that's been awesome, and writing is fun. You get to jump back and forth from different worlds. It's a good thing to do. So yeah, Wattpad wise, if you aren't on Wattpad and you just happen to be watching this, you definitely should be. There's so
whether
many,
you're a writer or
yeah,
whether you enjoy
if you're just
stories.
a reader, if you just like reading, go there. If you like writing, write something. Honestly, don't even worry about like, but will people like me? Will they like my work? It doesn't matter. Just put it out there, because there's always somebody who's willing to read it. And Wattpad really gives you the platform to do that. It's so versatile. It's so open. It's unlike anything else. And I'm like old in like Wattpad years. I'm like 26, which basically is like grandma. So essentially, like, you know, I'm like a senior citizen of Wattpad, and I still seriously enjoy it. Like, I have so much fun. And it's awesome every time I get to update a chapter and just see people's responses. It's honestly one of the best experiences I think that young people or older people, whatever, however old you are, can just engage in, because you get to experience new people's work in a totally different way.
Also, it's a very, I would say, supportive environment.
Yeah, it's super
The Wattpad staff really enables you guys to expand on the creative capacities aside from the stories that you made, which is really cool.
Yeah, you have a million different ways to communicate with authors.
The audiobook that we have up now, were just recordings in a computer, and before that it was just oral readings.
It was an idea.
It was an idea, and now it's kind of taking hold and taking foot, and Wattpad does everything to embrace any creative ideas that any of you guys as authors would like to come to life. Yeah,
I mean, it's cool. Like, any creative way you can think of, whether it's a trailer. Oh yeah, I also wanted to show you that, by the way.
So as you're cooking that up,
there's a trailer as well for Cheater, Faker, Troublemaker. I'm not gonna show you the whole thing. I'll just play a couple seconds. I like editing, so I edited this thing, and sat down in the afternoon and decided to figure something out that I think we should.
Should I do it sideways?
Sideways.
Does that affect?
No. Yeah. There we go.
Maybe make it full screen.
Oh,
you got the whole full screen.
Would it like take up too much? No.
I don't know how they're seeing this.
I don't know.
Play it.
All right. So we'll give you a little sample of the trailer. Cool. So, I know I said I was going to play a sample, but then I
You just get locked in, you know.
Sorry. I lied to you. Yeah, so there's things like that you can do, cool trailers, things that you can cut together. It's just fun. And you can pull up a trailer on the app. It's a good time. So, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Jenny Rosen. On Wattpad, I am JR0127. Isn't that the most creative name ever? It's pretty much like my email.
Now you know how to email them.
Exactly. Oh.
Creep it.
Really
just kidding.
Seriously, not that creative. Anyway, yeah, you can follow me on Wattpad if you like. Check out some of my novels. Yeah, so there's the Runaways, there's Cheater, Faker, Troublemaker. I did a couple what the heck? I can't speak English. Short stories. One of them is called Vigilante Green. That ended up on Huffington Post. They're really cool, and they published that 2 years ago. And yeah, a couple other ones. One called Vacancy, which is a little bit more on the scary side. But yeah, I like writing about high school, romance, drama. I really like getting emotionally involved with my characters. So if you like intense reads and characters that really, you know, I don't know, have depth that you sort of like to explore, a lot of conflict, a lot of tension, I would love it if you would check out some of the books. And if you don't want to check them out, that's cool too. You do you, whatever. I'm not forcing you. But yeah. But you are. But I am. You see what I did?
It's Inception there.
It's Inception. Okay, sorry.
But any parting words, any advice for the writers out there who are looking to draw inspiration from what?
Well, if you're a writer and you are struggling with trying to figure out what to write with, what am I saying?
What to write about.
What to write about. You can't
write
take
with
advice.
a pen
I'm obviously
and
tired.
a paper.
I've been working all
or
day.
a keyboard.
You're trying to figure out what to write about. Write about things that make you feel something. Write about things that are emotionally true. Things that you know about. And even if you don't know about that circumstance, I'm sure you know people, friends, family members, whatever, past relationships who do know about the things that you'd like to write about. And you can always pull from other places in your life, for sure. I would say past relationships is a great one. Exactly. Those are good sources of inspiration.
I'm suffering from hay fever.
Yeah, or just things that you go through, things that you've been through growing up, things that scare you, things that drive you, things that write the story that you want to read. If you want to read about a love story that nobody's ever written, write it. If you want to read about a love story that people have done 5,000 times over, but you think you can do it differently, do it. Even if you do it the same way and it's awesome, just do it.
Hey man, I know a lot of like big sellers.
Yeah, for real. Okay, there's movies and like movie deals and things like that. People be like, capitalizing on
other
copying
people's
stuff.
ideas.
So, just saying.
Like an artist.
You can just I don't know, write about things that you love. And if you find yourself unmotivated in a book, push it harder. Like, get to a point where you say, oh, okay, I actually need to, maybe I'm playing it safe. Maybe my characters are a little bit too vanilla. Maybe I need to actually make them gritty. But don't make them gritty for the sake of making them gritty. Make them gritty because they're real. And once they're real, you can go for, honestly, you could write 100 books off of just 2 people. Or 1 person,
The stories that really hit home are the ones that really are about the human experience. We're all human at the end of the day, and these stories exist because they let us know that we're never alone in that experience.
Exactly. So, for people who are newer on Wattpad and you're saying, how can I build a following? Like, what do I do? It's a big community now. Like, no, not gonna lie. Seriously, it's a big place.
It's global.
It's a big place. And there's what's great about that is, even though it may seem a little bit intimidating, that means there's so many people to connect with. So connect with as many people as possible. And I don't mean like panhandling people like, can you read my story, please? No, seriously. Like, that's just, I understand it's what everybody essentially wants at the end of the day, but you got to be able to be interested in other people's work as well. You got to support your fellow artists. You got to support your fellow writers. Talk to them. Honestly, critique, review, get involved in their books. Genuinely interested, not just to get stuff to yourself. And that's when you'll start making real connections. And that's when people will start sort of saying, oh, that's cool. I didn't know actually you wrote anything. I'll check out your work. So do it. Like, make sure that you always give more than you get. If you give more than you get, you'd be surprised how many people will be willing to try to check out your work. So just keep at it, network, be genuine, have fun. Don't bully people. Don't get into internet fights. People. Seriously, don't do it.
Please don't.
There's a lot of that. It's not worth it. Keep it drama free. Be positive. Make your stories positive. You never know how it may affect somebody. Somebody may be like, oh man, thanks to your book, like, I got through a really hard time. Or you actually helped represent someone in my situation in a way that I didn't think anybody would. Like, you never know. So just have fun. Above all, just have fun. I have fun. Like, it's a great time. Like, Wattpad has been nothing but positive. So, yeah, this is essentially where I write, how I write. Yeah. So, check out Cheater, Faker, Troublemaker on Wattpad if you like, or the Runaways, or anything else in my profile. You just go to wattpad.com/user/JR0127, And send me a message. I really try my best to get back. So hit me up. I'm happy to talk to anybody. Okay. Peace.
Peace, sucker. Oh, and I'm well aware that Elias is voiced by a girl. Please understand.
Yeah, he's voiced by a chick. So.
A chick, sorry.
If you're listening to the audio, sorry, it's about the audio. Regarding the audiobook, that was a jump. Yes. By the way, all of it, like in any audiobook. But yeah, if you're into the audiobook, please let us know. Let us know your thoughts. It'd be great for us to hear it. Check out the audiobook. Check out the Wattpad book. Anything you want. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions. Yeah. You know where I am. Bye. Peace out.
How do I turn this off?
I don't know.
I'll just sit here and film you awkwardly for the next 5 seconds.
Okay.
Poker face, hold.
Hold.
Be still like it's a picture. This is how it's ending.
Being
this
still.
is how we close.
Okay.
These are what all our countless amount of live viewers will see. Not really. But okay.
All right.
1, 2.
Bye-bye.
How do I? Okay, hold on. Sorry. It says swipe down to end. Oh.